Thank you for joining us for a special KBRFradio.com sports presentation. Tonight's game is proudly brought to you by Nelson Auto and your Nelson starting lineups, Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota player of the game, Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show, Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region Healthcare timeout, Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard, the Viking Cafe and your Viking Cafe keys to the game, Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapies Incorporated, Fergus Falls Monument, Otter Tail Coaches, American Federal Bank of Fergus Falls, Fresh and Fancy at Mamashina's, FM Bank, Service Food, Splash Express, American Legion Post number 30, Lake Country Graphics, LB Homes, and by Running Stitches. Now, let's head out for the pregame.
Yeah, I bet you're right. Hey, welcome back to American Legion Field, the second game of our doubleheader. The Otters win the first game 5-1. On a pitching gem by Brody Crine, striking out 7, only yielding 1 run. And it's time for our Nelson Auto Center starting lineups, brought to you by Nelson Auto Center, Highway 210 West in Fergus Falls. And let's look at Willmar first. They're going to come back with the pitcher that started the first game. He only pitched about, a third of an inning in that game. And that's Alex Hoppy. But let's look at the lineup here for Willmar. Jordan Ellingson will lead off and play shortstop. The right fielder, Jake Ellingson. And the number 3 hitter, the pitcher, Alex Hoppy. Reese Christensen will play first base and bat cleanup. Number 5 hitter is Aiden Paulson. He is the third baseman. Batting 6, Hunter Soberg. He is the center fielder. In the 7 slot, Tyler Madsen, the catcher. And rounding out the lineup here for the Cardinals, Gavin Evenson. He is the left fielder. Logan Fagerly will be the second baseman. For the Otters now with a record of 5-5, Nolan Felstu will lead off, and Micah Johnson will bat second, play second base. Hunter Powers DHing, and then Brody Crine, the cleanup hitter, will play first base. Parker Tilke, the number 5 hitter, will play center field, and catching this game will be Brant Sherman, and then the number 7 hitter, Cam Wiedrich. He'll play shortstop. Jacob Froning will play left field, and Bennett Tilke will be in right field. Those are your starting lineups, brought to you by Nelson Auto Center, Highway 210 West in Fergus Falls. So we're set to go here, and Willmar will be the home team on the scoreboard, so the batters will start first. And again, if you're watching the stream, if we've dropped a few frames here due to our internet connection, the games will be uploaded, available later on tonight and tomorrow to go back and watch again or to check out. But thanks for tuning in on Channel 977. Otters are set to go here. And it is windy, and the temperature for game time, for first game, was 76. It's down to 70 degrees. I'm saying by the end of this game, we'll be down to about 60 or lower. You know, it's definitely changed. 60 degrees. Oh, 70 degrees. So we've dropped. Yeah. All right. A little dispute on what the temperature is here up in the press box. It is 70 degrees. All right. Dave Bishop was correct. And so Alex Hoppy, again, who pitched the beginning of the game, the first inning, the Otters knocked him out of that first inning. All right, here we go. Nolan Felsta will lead it off. He led off the first game with a base hit. Nolan will step in here and take the first pitch. That's the ball, 1-0. Yeah, he throws pretty hard. He was a little wild in that first inning. The Otters scored 3 on him in the first inning. And Felstuhl, like a good lefty, punches it out to left field. This is a carbon copy of the first game where Nolan got on. And Micah Johnson will step in. So a good start here. Second pitch. And it's lined into right field, or left field. And Nolan Felstow on first base here for Fergus Falls. And Micah Johnson, the second baseman for the Otters, step in. Again, the Otters, the visitor on the scoreboard here in Game 2. These doubleheaders. First pitch to Johnson. Swung on and missed. 0-1. So 0-1 the count to Micah Johnson, senior second baseman. Feldstuhl at first, got a modest lead. Bunt, perfect bunt by Johnson. And down to second base on the sacrifice goes Nolan Feldstuhl. So a sacrifice bunt by Feldstuhl, and Powers, who had an RBI single in the first inning, in the first game will step in. He got that fourth run in for the Otters. Otters with a runner on second base. Hoppy, the pitcher, and he pitched the beginning of the first game, got knocked out of the game. They decided to save him here. Pitching the outside for a ball. So Powers steps in. Once again, big left-handed bat. Hoppy throws pretty hard here, a little harder than Fagerly. Checks the runner at second, delivers, that's high. Count goes to 2-0. Trying to throw a curveball there, but sometimes you just don't. Yeah. Got to shorten up that stride, get on top of it, but what do I know? There's a pitch outside, 3-0. Good start here for Fergus Falls. Runner on second is Nolan Feldstuhl. He moved to second base on a sacrifice bunt by Micah Johnson. It's a pitch inside and a ball. Powers draws a walk. That one came in on Hunter. And Brody Crine will step in. It's our quality player of the game in our first game. Pitched 7 innings, only gave up 1 run. Was it 4 hits only he gave up in that first game? 5. Yep. Brody had an RBI single in the first inning last game. So Otters with 1 out, runners on first and second. Brody Crine, cleanup batter at the plate. Pitch for a ball. That's a ball. Did he call it a strike? It was a ball outside. That meant it was outside. It looked like a strike call, but it called it outside. We'll have to pick up the signals from the new umpire. 0-1 to Crine, or I guess they did call it a strike. Yeah, it's 1-1. The scoreboard, yeah, I think he called that first one a strike. So 1-1 to count. Yeah, he surprised Brody Crine, the batter. So 1-1 pitch, 1 out, 2 on for the Otters. Top of the first inning. Pitch in for a strike, 1-2. 1-2 the count. Now we have 0-2 up on the scoreboard. So we're going to look at the umpire here. There we go. Comes a 1-2 pitch from Hoppy. Right-hander delivers in the dirt. Runners are going to advance to second and third. Not 1, but 2 runners now in scoring position with 1 out. Center fielder Parker Tilke is on deck. Kind of an infield right first baseman comes in on the grass, as does Reese Christensen, the third baseman. So the corners are up. Pitch to Crine. Inside. Good eye there that time. Count goes full here at 3-2. Yeah, number 4. Oh, that's Alex. Yeah. Yeah. Let's get a look. Is that Fagerly? We got to sort this out here. Pitches inside, and Crine draws a walk. They had it on, yeah. Jordan Ellingson is pitching. Did we get the right lineup card from them? I mean, they gave us a lineup card, but yeah, so yeah, Christensen's at third. So the way they gave us the scorecard, Robbie, was not correct. Bases are juiced now with 1 out, and Parker Tilke's first pitch is a ball. So our mistake there. Jordan Ellingson is pitching. Pitch high. I thought it was funny when I was. Yeah. That's the one that you handed, that you got from their coach. Yeah. Because I got the old one here. Okay. Oh, Ellingson. We're good. Our apologies. Pitch in for a strike. 2-1. We'll get this figured out. Hoppy's at first base. Ellingson is pitching. Ground ball, base hit through the hole. It's going to score 1. The Otters get 1 across, so Parker Tilke delivers an RBI single. And the Otters' Nolan Felstool is across. Hunter Powers to third, Crine to second, Tilke to first. Our apologies on that. We got the lineup here with no positions other than the pitcher, so I'll hand that back over to. We were just working with what were given to us, so that's Aiden Paulson. Yep. All right. Count is 0-2 now. 1 out. The Otters have 1 across here. And Brant Sherman up for the Otters here right now. Yep, Crine's at second. Sherman's at the plate. 1-2 is a count. There's a pitch. It's fouled back. Count stays at 1-2. Fagerly's at second. I don't know. Is that second? Abbott and Costello. 1-2. Let's see if the Otters, with the bases loaded, get another one across here. Pitch swung on, and they're good. I would sure ask for it. It's a ball. Didn't go. Brad Sherman, who didn't play in the first game, is catching. He's been battling a little bit of an injury here. 2-2 pitch. Sherman at the plate. Pitch outside. 3-2. 1 out. Otters have 1 across. 2 hits here in the first inning. Got 3 runners on. Brant Sherman at the plate. Swung on and missed. Struck him out, so Sherman goes down swinging. And Cam Wiedrich, the shortstop, will step in. So Wiedrich steps in here with bases loaded. And a 1-0 lead here for Fergus Falls on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. Pitch to Wiedrich is inside. Ball 1. Very, very windy evening here at American Legion Field. Pitch up the middle, and the shortstop steps on it. That's number 8, Aiden Paulson. So Cam goes down unassisted. 6U in the scorebook. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. The Otters strand 3. Well, we go to the bottom of the inning. And the Otters lead it by a score of 1-0 on the Park Region telephone scoreboard.
Lake Region Healthcare knows what all coaches know. It takes tons of teamwork, great amounts of grit, and heaps of hustle to triumph. Lake Region Healthcare, supporting and celebrating our high school athletes.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you where to eat.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
Welcome back to American Legion Field. Josh Horgan on the mound here for the Otters. Brant Sherman catching. First base is Hunter Powers. Micah Johnson at second. Nolan Felstool at third. Shortstop is Cam Wiedrich. Jacob Froning in left. Parker Tilke in center. And Bennett Tilke in right. Otters win the first game 5-1. and lead it here 1-0. It sure is nice to get a run in that first inning. Otters got 3 in the first last game. And Josh Horgan steps in to pitch here for Fergus Falls. Josh is a junior. He's got some really good curveball. He'll throw some junk at you. And Brody Crine pitched a complete game in the first inning. There's that bender in the warm-up. I like watching Josh here. So the Otters now with a 1-0 lead. Going to be Jordan Ellingson, then Jake Ellingson. Hoppy, Christensen, Paulson, Solberg, Madsen, Evanson, and Fagerly. So we're set to go here. Pitcher Jordan Ellingson steps in here for Willmar. Again, Willmar, the home team, bottom of the first. Otters were the home team in the first game. And Josh Horgan is on the mound for the Otters. Pitch from Horgan. That one looked awfully nice, but it's a ball. 1-0 the count. There's a pitch, pop, out of play, 1-1. And Dave Bishop, his wife Jen, yes, supper is served. Oh, sure. Yeah, and that's right. Yeah. Wow. Do you guys want this shake? Abby? No, go for it. Yeah, Abby Gronwald doing the music. Compliments of Dave Bishop's wife, Jen. All right, here we go. 3-1 the count. Yeah. You have nice and cool in here. Here comes the pitch. Horgan's pitch is high, and he walks the first batter. A base on ball. The Otters now have a runner aboard first base. Willmar does. Right fielder Jake Ellingson steps in. Horgan on the mound here for the Otters. Pitch from Josh. In for a strike. 0-1. He's got a really quick signal for his strike. Again, Running Stitches is the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. Running Stitches Embroidery. Horgan throws over to first. Jordan Ellingson gets back easily. Just keeping him honest. Horgan on the mound here for Fergus Falls, who leads it 1-0. Ground ball. Left side, through the hole, base hit. And so Jake Ellingson reaches on a single, just got through Wiederick and Nolan Fellstool. And the first baseman, Alex Hoppy, will step in, followed by Reese Christensen. I don't believe so. I didn't. My game changer kind of froze up trying to get a JV score here on that first game. I'll text my wife. We get a score on that. Here's the pitch. Curveball outside. So 1-0 is the count. So 1-0 the count. Runners on first and second here for the Cardinals. Pitch right down the pipe that time, and it's 1-1. Alex Hoppy, the first baseman, the batter. Horgan on the mound, and the Cardinals with runners on first and second base. Horgan from the set. They lay a bunt down. Horgan's up with it, and they're going to score a run here. The ball goes off of Micah Johnson's glove. And so getting to second base then was Hoppy. How are we going to score that one? So a sacrifice bunt. That scores Ellingson. That's Jordan. Jake Ellingson goes to third. Hoppy goes to second. So one run across and an error there on the Otters on the throw. And Reese Christensen, the cleanup hitter, steps in with runners on second and third. Oh, okay. We'll do that then. And so instead of a sacrifice, Hoppy's going to be credited with a hit. And the count now, is it 2-1? Or 1-1, pardon me. Christensen at the plate. Nobody out. The runners on second and third for Willmar here. They're threatening here in the first inning. Horgan with the pitch. High bouncing play. He'll look him back at third. On to first. The runner's going to go home, and he's going to be safe. So a 1-3 putout, and then Ellingson scores from third. And so 2 runs across now. Christensen is out on a 1-3 putout. And some heads-up base running there by Jake Ellingson. And there are 2 outs now. Number 18. Nope. Yeah, Soberg steps in. Let's take a look here. Christensen was the batter, wasn't he, on that? What do we got there? There's a wild pitch that time to Soberg. There's a pitch in for a strike. Yeah, so Soberg bats up in the 5 spot, right? I did the same thing. Yeah. There's a pitch, a ball, 2-1. Paulson, or Soberg at the plate, pardon me. Paulson was the 5 hitter, right? Yeah. Paulson is the 6 hitter. All right. This is Soberg at the plate. 3-2 the count. Ground ball, shortstop. Cam Wiedrich on the backhand. Errant throw and a run across is Alex Hoppy. That's probably an infield hit there. Yep, he would have probably beat that out. Cam did a good job on the backhand. So Soberg with a hit. Paulson up now. Where's number 8? Yep, 3 across here in this inning. On a couple of hits so far, but 3 across here. Here comes a pitch. Runner's going. Throw it down to second, and in easily is Soberg. On the scoreboard, they corrected it. Now there's only 1 hit up there, but it should be 2, I think. Oh, yeah, they got to switch the. No, yeah, that's wrong. There's a pitch there. Runner's going to third. And the ball goes into the outfield. Play at the plate. And they're going to score on a few errors there. And not a good sequence there for the Otters. Maybe a mound visit's in order here. And the runner was going. Solberg scores. The ball gets past Fellstool to throw in, not in time. And it's 4-1. So an error there on the Otters. And there's a walk. And so Paulson draws a base on ball. So Madsen, the catcher, steps in. Otters now trail at 4-1 here on the Park Region scoreboard. Not a good start in this one for Fergus Falls. Horgan, runner's going. There's a throw down to second. And the ball goes into the outfield. It's cut off by Wiedrich. And they're really running on the Otters here right now. So Paulson to second base. Tyler Madsen at the plate. And we have one out. The Christensen 1-3 putout. Horgan to Powers. That's the only out so far. Pitch swung on and missed. 1-1 the count. Otters trail 4-1 here on the Park Region scoreboard. In the first inning, there's a pitch by Horgan. That's low. I tell you, Willmar's doing a good job on the bases, though. I mean, they've been taking some bases. They get a good jump. Count goes to 2-1. Tyler Madsen at the plate. One runner on second base, one out for the Otters. Pitch in for a strike. Again, we're in the bottom of the first. The Otters are the away team here in the second game of a doubleheader. There comes a 2-2 pitch. That's going to be outside. Pitch count goes to 3-2. One out here for Fergus Falls. They trail at 4-1 here in the bottom of the first inning. Runners going. Sherman's throw. And it's a walk and a stolen base. So down to third base goes Paulson. Madsen draws a base on ball. And Chad Felstuhl is heading to the mound. We're going to take a break here as the Otters talk this one over. The Otters trail at 4-1. We're still in the first inning.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Hey, we're back here. Oh, and the Otters, we just got back off the break, and the Otters had the runner at first base picked off. Madsen. Crine ran him back towards second, through to third, but getting back in time was Paulson. So second and third now. Runners at second and third, one out here. Horgan on the mound. Evenson, the left fielder, at the plate. First pitch is a strike. 4-1 now here in the bottom of the first inning. Willmar at bat with one out. Runners on second and third. Pitch inside. Four to 1. Otters trail here. Here's Horgan from the stretch. Pitch, curveball, in for a strike. This umpire has the craziest strike signal. It's like he's wiping off something, his hand. He just kind of, for your viewers on our stream, you can see that. It's hard to tell when it's a strike, but we got his lingo down now. Otters need an out here. One out, 1-2, 4 across here for Willmar in the bottom of the first inning. Pitch from Horgan. Ground ball to first base. Hunter Powers up with it, steps on first. He'll get an unassisted out, but coming across to score is Paulson. And an unassisted put out. That time Thorson is out. And the second baseman, Logan Fagerly, sticks him. Fagerly will step in. 5 runs on 2 hits. There's the first pitch in. That's a ball. Man, you can tell when games get over here, the traffic is thick out there in the outfield. It is. That's what it is. Pitch in for a strike. It goes so quick, his signal, you got to catch it. It's like it's a secret. Horgan's pitch, that's going to be blooped into left field for a single. Fagerly with an RBI. Madsen comes across to score. So Fagerly delivers an RBI single. He's on first base. And we've batted around here now. 2 outs now, though. Keep an eye on Fagerly. He's going. First pitch, swung on. No throw even down to second there. So Fagerly with a single and an RBI. He goes down to second base. Pitch blocked nicely by Brant Sherman. Counts 1-1. Leadoff hitter Jordan Ellingson. A long first inning here. 6 across now in this inning for the Willmar Cardinals. 2 down. Let's get this third out here and get into the dugout and get our bats going. Pitch for a strike, 1-2. Here's Horgan from the set. And the pitch outside, 2-2. So on the scoreboard it says 6 runs and 2 hits for Willmar. I think so. Pitch high for a ball, 3-2, 2 outs. Runner on second is number 11, Logan Fagerly, the second baseman for Willmar. Pitch swung on and missed. He struck him out. So Horgan strikes out Jordan Ellingson for the third out, but a big inning. 6 runs, 3 hits, 3 errors, and they leave 1 on base. We go to the top of the second inning, 6-1 in favor of Willmar.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms 1 dinner at a time.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. Just like their student athletes, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community 1 play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey, we're back here at American Legion Field. The Otters got their work cut out for them. Trail at 6-1. We head to the top of the second inning. So, we're set to go here. And Jacob Froning will step in for Fergus Falls to lead it off, followed by Bennett Tilke and Nolan Fellstool, the leadoff hitter. So Jacob Froning steps in for Fergus Falls, trailing 6-1 here in the top of the second inning. First pitch is a ball. 20-8. Yeah. Here's a pitch inside. Again, on the mound here, number 1, Jordan Ellingson for the Cardinals. Here's Jacob Froning at bat for the Otters. Pitch for a ball. I think it's 3-0. And here comes a pitch in the dirt for a 4-ball walk, that time for Jacob Froning. So the Otters have their leadoff runner aboard, and Bennett Tilke, the right fielder, will step in for the Otters. Again, Willmar leads at 6-1. We're in the top of the second inning. Otters won the first game 5-1. And Tilke will step in. Nolan Felstool, the leadoff for the Otters, is on deck. Pitch swung on and missed. 0-1. So Froning at first base. There's the pitch. Ground ball, left side. And a nice play by the third baseman, Reese Christensen, gets Jacob Froning out at second. And that's a 5-4 putout.
Third baseman, number 3, Nolan Felstool.
So Tilke's on first with a fielder's choice, but 5-4 putout, 1 out now, and Felstool steps in. He's 1 for 1. In this game, led off the first game with a single and scored a run, led off this game with a single and scored the only Otter run thus far. There's a pitch high, 1-0. You know, looking out at the fans in the stands, we've gone from people in shorts and T-shirts now to jackets and blankets. Got a wind chill now. It's not that... Ground ball up the middle, off the pitcher's glove, stepped on. Oh, and look at that. Hit the pitcher's glove, then the shortstop picked it up unassisted. So a 1-6-3. Yeah, it hit the pitcher's glove. And so Tilke was out at second. And a 1-6-3 double play. 6-1 Willmar. No runs. No hits. And the Otters leave a runner on base. We'll come back with the top of the third after this.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
Welcome back to American Legion Field. 6-1, Otters trail. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Willmar will come to bat. It'll be Jake Ellingson, Alex Hoppy, and Reese Christensen, who made that nice play, went in the hole and made the play to get the runner out at second base. That's first out of the inning for the Otters. Ellingson steps in. Jake Ellingson. He singled and scored a run in the first inning. Horgan on the mound here for Fergus Falls. Ellingson at the plate. That's Jake Ellingson. Hits that one foul. Hey, who is that? Awesome. Kinsley's 2 for 2 with 2 home runs. 1 home run. Let's go. All right, here's Horgan's 0-1 pitch. That's going to be fouled back. Curveball. Jake Ellingson got rid of that when he fouled it off. I'm talking about the wind and the cool, but it's a nice day for April. Just a bit breezy. Yeah. Got the Alberta Clipper coming in. Here's Josh Horgan's 0-2 pitch. And that hits the batter, so hit by pitch. Jake Ellingson will go down to first base. And that'll bring up Alex Hoppy, the first baseman. I have a good weather technique now. Our son Isaac, who plays hockey up in Brooks, Alberta, they get what we get 3 days earlier always. So I just see what their weather was 3 days ago and basically what we have most of the time. All right, here's Alex Hoppy. Thrower to first. Hoppy is 1 for 1, scored a run in the first inning. And big lead for Ellingson at first base. I bet he'll be going here. Nope. That's a ball. 1-0 the count. Again, Jake Ellingson on first base was hit by a pitch. There's the pitch. That's a ball. 2-0. Josh Horgan on the mound here for the Otters. Otters trail 6-1. He's only given up 2 hits, but the Otters have had 3 errors in that first inning. Pitch to Hoppy, fouled left side. Count goes to 2-1. So 2-1 here for Josh Horgan against Alex Hoppy, the 3-hitter. We're in the bottom of the second inning. 6-1 lead here for the Cardinals. Runners going. Throw down to second. And in easily there is number 10, Jake Ellingson. So 3-1 is the count now to Hoppy at the plate with a runner in scoring position. Pitch from Horgan. Ground ball left side. Fellstool. It comes off his glove. Fielded by Wiederick. Throw to third. The ball's in the dirt. So an error on the third baseman. And Hoppy reaches on an E5. He goes to first. Ellingson to third base. And the Otters now, with runners at the corners, look for Hoppy to take off here right away. And Reese Christensen, the third baseman, the cleanup hitter, steps in. Pitch in the dirt, runner is going. And Alex Hoppy goes to second base. So Hoppy at second, Jake Ellingson at third, Reese Christensen at the plate. Nobody out here. Otters trail 6-1, bottom of the second inning. Pitch inside, 1-0. 2-0, pardon me. Cardinals threatening here again in the second inning. Pitch from Horgan. There's a strike. Good frame that time by Brant Sherman. He brought that one right back into the edge of the plate. I was looking at the ump so I could catch his strike signal. It goes quick. Horgan's pitch. Lined into right field. Christensen and Jake Ellingson will score. Hoppy to third. And Reese Christensen with an RBI single. So a run and a hit there. And we're going to have a pitching change. We'll take a break and come back with more. Otters trail 7-1.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Lake Region Healthcare joins you in shouting loud, cheering strong, and jumping for joy. Keeping our community healthy and spirited is the top priority at Lake Region Healthcare.
Serve your family and friends the best. Certified Angus beef from the meat department at Service Food. Special cuts and orders always welcome. Service Food, West Lincoln Avenue, Fergus Falls.
Service Food.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Quality Toyota.
Hey, we're back here. We got some changes here. Pitching change. Cam Wiederick comes in to pitch from his shortstop position. Hunter Powers from DH comes into third. Brody Crine to first base. Nolan Fellstool to second. And Micah Johnson to shortstop. We haven't changed any outfielder positions yet, though. Everything else is shuffled around. Catcher, Tanner Donahue comes in to catch as well. So I think we're all caught up. But Wiederick comes in to pitch. And for Horgan, Josh gives up 7 runs and 4 hits in my book. The Otters had 4 errors during that time, and he stranded 1 runner. All right, here we go. And stepping into bat is number 18, center fielder Hunter Soberg. So the Cardinals have 1 across here, nobody out, runners on first and third. Reese Christensen at first, Alex Hoppy at first. And a wild 2 innings here for the Otters, surrendering 7 runs in the first couple of innings. All right, here we go. Soberg steps in with runners on first and third. Pitch in the dirt. Tanner Donahue blocks that one. It's 1-0. 7-1. Willmar with the lead here. Wiederick on the mound on a windy Thursday night. Christensen's going. He'll take second. Soberg at the plate here. And the count is 1-1. Aiden Paulson on deck, followed by Tyler Madsen. There's no outs here for Willmar. 1 across here in the inning. Runners on second and third. Number 5 hitter, Soberg at the plate. Cam Wiederick from the set. Pitch swung on and missed. 1-2. So 1-2 here, the count to the center fielder, Hunter Soberg. Wiederick on the mound in relief of Josh Horgan. Pitch fouled back, hit the screen, top of the fascia of the grandstand. Count remains 1-2. In 1-2 the count. Nobody out here for Fergus Falls. Bottom of the second inning. Otters need an out here. Pitch, ground ball to Micah Johnson. And couldn't handle it, so an error on the shortstop, Micah Johnson. Hoppy comes across to score. So Hoppy comes across to score. Christensen to third. And Soberg reaches on an error. Paulson will step in. So 5 errors in the first 2 innings here for the Otters. Played great defense that first game, but struggling here. And Paulson steps in, singled and scored a run in the first. Runners going. So they'll go second and third again as Soberg takes second base easily. And here comes the pitch from Cam Wiederick. In the dirt, picked up, though, by Tanner Donahue. Count is 2-0. So 2-0 the count. Here comes the pitch from Cam Wiederick. Off of Donahue is a wild pitch, and Christensen scores. So a wild pitch. Solberg goes to third, and there's 3 across in the inning here for Willmar. 9-1 now here, and we're only in the bottom of the second inning. Pitch, strike in the outside corner that time. Wiederick delivers, 3-1. Nobody out still here in the inning. Here's a pitch from Cam. That's going to be lined foul out of play. Again, 9 runs for Willmar on 3 hits. Paulson at the plate. Pitch is foul back. Count goes 3-2. It's going to be out of play. So a tough first and second inning here for the Otters. Tyler Madsen and Gavin Evenson on deck. Here's Paulson at the plate. Ground ball, left side. That's going to be a fair ball. He's going to try to stretch it to 2. Jacob Froning trying to pick the ball up, gets it and gets it in. And Schulberg comes across to score. Paulson with an RBI. And it is now 10-1. There's a hit to left field, deep, and a home run. Oh, my, a 2-run shot for Madsen. Oh, my. 2-run homer. He jacks it over the left field fence. So 2 more come across. And Shane Tilke is saying that thing was foul. Yeah. Oh, Tilke's not happy about that. I wouldn't be either. He thought it was well foul. And all the fans sitting, looking down the line there, I look at the fans, they're saying that thing was foul, but I didn't even see it. That thing was all right, so Tyler Madsen with a 2-run dinger. Gavin Thorson steps in, and he's 0 for 1. Pitch count now 1-1. I don't know if the umpire saw that one or not, but he signaled a home run. He's got the best seat in the house, so I guess we can't argue with that. 2-1 the count now to Gavin Thorson, the left fielder. Pitch for a strike, 2-2. 12-1 right now in favor of Willmar in the second inning. Pitch in the dirt. 3-2. So 3-2 the count. Here comes a pitch from Wiederick. Fouled off by Gavin Evenson. Running Stitches is the local choice for embroidering and screen printing in Fergus Falls. Running Stitches Embroider. Here's Wiederick's 3-2 pitch. Ground ball, left side. Hunter Powers is up with, or pardon me, Brody Crine fields it cleanly. Unassisted put out for Brody. That's out number 1. And on my score sheet here, we have Logan Fairley, the second baseman, up. The Cardinals batted around in the first inning, and they're threatening batting around here in the second. There's a pop fly, and Brody's underneath it, makes the catch. And Fairley goes down. He pops out to Brody. 2 down here. And Ellingson will step in. Well, look at me. I have the 4 crossed out and I have a 2 above the 4. That doesn't happen very often. There's a pitch by Wiedrich. That's a ball, 1-0. Again, we're in the bottom of the second. 6 in the first, 6 in the second for Willmar. Pitch, strike on the outside corner. 1-1. Otters with 2 down now. Want to get back in that dugout and get up to bat. It's been a long inning here. Pitch, line to left field. That's going to be foul. Count goes to 1-2. In our game time temperature, we started out at 76 degrees. And it's now 66. We've lost 10 degrees here in the last 2.5 hours or so. Fly ball left field. Jacob Froning going back on the track, and he couldn't call it in. He's going for 3, and in with a triple is Jordan Ellingson. So Ellingson with the 3-bagger. That's Jordan Ellingson. And Jake Ellingson will step in. He led off the inning with he was hit by a pitch. So 2 down now, man on third. There's a fly ball to right field. Benetilke had a fall in front of him. And an RBI single for Jake Ellingson, scoring Jordan Ellingson. 5 hits, 13 runs. I haven't seen that very often. Runner on first is Jake Ellingson. At the plate, Hoppy. Count is 2-0. 2 outs here for the Otters. There's the pitch. That's going to be high. Count goes to 3-0. 2 down here. There's the pitch. That's going to be inside in a walk. Jake Ellingson to second. And Reese Christensen, the cleanup hitter, will step in. RBI single in the third. Grounded out in the first inning. Big right-handed batter. First pitch is a strike. There's a line drive up the gut. That'll score a run. As Jake Ellingson, he's going to be caught in a rundown. He's going to get in, show the ball. He's safe. Dropped the ball. They had him at third. Things just aren't going the Otters' way here. Otters with 6 errors in the game right now. 6 hits. And so Ellingson stays at third. Reese Christensen at first. Hoppy's at second. 2 down. 13-1 here, bottom of the second inning. Otters won the first game 5-1, but a really different game here. Pitch inside, 2-0. Soberg at the plate. Here comes the pitch from Cam Wiedrich. Outside, ball 3, 3-0. Paulson is on deck. Pitch from Cam Wiedrich. That's a ball. Outside corner. That'll walk in Jake Ellingson. Another run comes across. Hoppy to third. Reese Christensen to second. Soberg down to first. And Aiden Paulson will step in. Paulson is 2 for 2 and 2 runs scored. And we're going to have a pitching change, it looks like, or Chad Felstow is going to visit the mound here. Otters trail 14-1 here on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. And we're going to take a break.
It's time to get road trip ready with a new Chevy Silverado from Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. Right now, take advantage of discounted pricing, customer cash, and Costco member incentives that will put substantial savings back in your pocket. Whether you're heading out on a road trip or heading to the job site, Minnesota Motor will be with you every mile. Together, let's drive.
Minnesota Motor.
South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. Just like their student athletes, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
Hey, we are back here now. The Otters just gave up a 3-run double. Paulson hits one to the left field fence, scoring Hoppy, Christensen, and Solberg. And the first pitch now to Madsen is a strike. Swing and a miss. 17 runs on 7 hits, 6 errors here for the Otters. Pitch, ground ball, left side, and it's going to go foul. Powers is going to pick that up. I have 5 in the inning, or 4. Okay, I'm just going to go with what the scoreboard has right now. There's a fly ball, left field. Hopefully for the third out, Jacob Froning taps his glove. And finally, the Otters retire the Cardinals. Froning catches it out in left field. So we go now to the top of the third in the inning. 11 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors, and 1 left on base. We go now to the top of the third. Otters trail at 17-1.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. Just like their student athletes, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey, we're back here at American Legion Field. The Otters trail 17-1. The Otters have 1 run on 2 hits. The Otters have committed 6 errors. And Willmar 17 runs on 7 hits officially. They have not committed an error. And so the Otters will step to the plate here and need to get something going here. Micah Johnson will lead it off here for Fergus Falls. The Otters won the first game played error-free ball, and that one won 5-1. Brody Crine had 7 strikeouts. And had some timely hitting and good discipline at the plate. But Otters trail now 17-1. So and so we're set to go here. As Micah Johnson's going to step in here for Fergus Falls. Micah Johnson sacrificed bunt in the first inning that eventually scored Nolan Fellstool. And so here we go. Johnson at the plate, followed by Hunter Powers and Brody Crine. Again, we started the game at 76 degrees. And it's now 62. That's a 14-degree difference. First ball is low in the dirt, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Ground ball. Shortstop. Paulson up with it on to first. Looked like his foot was pulled quite a ways off the base. He's looking for help here. Oh, his foot was quite a ways. I should have had the replay on that. And he asked the home umpire. Oh, boy. Okay, looked like the foot was quite a bit off the base, but so that's a 6-3 put out. And Hunter Powers steps in. Powers walked in the first inning. Pitch in for a strike. And here comes the pitch inside. So Powers at the plate, followed by Brody Crine and Parker Tilke. Pitch and Powers. Oh, a nice catch there by Alex Hoppy. Lines out, 2 down here. And Crine will step in for the Otters. Robbie, how did Brody get on in the first inning again? Okay, he drew a walk in the first inning. So Crine steps in, calls for time. Very odd second game here. Had a home run call that a lot of people thought was foul, and Otters trail 17-1 here. Top of the third. Here's a pitch in for a ball. 1-0. Parker Tilke is on deck. I don't see him in the on deck circle now. He's hopping out there. Pitch inside. 2-0. Brody's going to step back in here. Pitch in for a strike. 2-1. Otters with 2 outs here. Hunter Power just lined one towards right field, but a nice play by the first baseman, Alex Hoppy. Ball 3 high, 3-1. Pitcher Jordan Ellingson, where's number 1? Pitch, Crine with a base hit to left field. And it gets behind the left fielder. Crine's going to go for 2. Goes all the way to the fence. Otters need a lot of runs here. They're not going to chance it. As Crine with a single with an error. So he goes down to second base. So an error on the left fielder. And Parker Tilke steps in. 2 outs. And Crine on second base here. Brant Sherman would have been on deck, but it'll be Tanner Donahue now. Brant's been dealing with a little bit of an injury. So Crine at second base. Parker Tilke at the plate, senior center fielder for the Otters. Pitch high for a strike. Make him put it in play. So Parker steps out of the box and all right, he'll step back in. Crine at second base, singled hard to left, but it got behind the left fielder. Crine took second. There's a pitch inside for a ball. So 1-1 the count to Parker Tilke. Otters trail 17-1. We're in the top of the third inning. A pretty nice pitch there, but it's a ball. 2-1. (17-1) when we're at the lead. Pitch high. 3-1. Good patience there by Parker. 2 down. Crine's on second. Again, we're on the top of the third inning. Otters are the visiting team in game 2. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Inside, and good discipline there by Parker. He draws a walk. So the Otters with runners on first and second. And Tanner Donahue will step in for the Otters. So Donahue steps in. Again, Brant Sherman started the game, and Tanner came in to pitch in the second inning. Left-handed bat. Big lead at first over there for Parker Tilke. Kind of hopping around at first base. Pitch inside. Strike. The batter's box wasn't chalked in the second game, so you got a lot of latitude up there. It should be chalked before every game, in my estimation. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. Right side. And fielded by the first baseman, Hoppy, onto the pitcher, Ellingson. And a 3-1 put out. So the Otters, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on base. We head now to the bottom of the third. Otters trail 17-1. We'll be back after this.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
My 5, I have a 3 up on top of the inning there. That doesn't happen very often. But. All right, we're back. Otters bringing Bennett Tilke into pitch. And so Bennett's going to come in. And Cam Wiedrich's going to right field. In the Otters trail 17-1. And it'll be Grant Evenson leading off here for Willmar. We'll see if Willmar makes a few lineup changes. I do see another guy on deck we haven't seen yet. Carlos Gutierrez looks like he's going to hit. Gutierrez. Carlos Gutierrez looks like he's on deck. Got to keep playing, though. You got to keep playing. You still got some more innings to play, right? I mean, 17-10 the other night. We can't hang our heads here. Bennett Tilke comes in to pitch. Otters won the first game by a score of 5-1. And again, Bennett Tilke on to pitch for the Otters. Josh Horgan started the game. Wiedrich came in to pitch the second inning. And we're set to go here. Yep, number 5, Evenson is 0 for 2. So Evenson steps in here. Again, we're in the third inning here. Otters trail 17-1. On a breezy, what started to be hot Thursday afternoon. A little bit chilly now. The spring in the 60s is a lot cooler than July, 60 degrees, isn't it? Here's Evenson at the plate. Pitch from Benetilke, lined into left field. And it's going to get behind Jacob Froning. Evenson on to second. He'll go in with a stand-up double. Jacob wanted to come in and play that one, and then he took a step back, and the ball kind of darted to his right. Gutierrez steps in. Batting for Logan Fagerly. Whereas number 3, he's a senior. On deck will be the pitcher, Jordan Ellingson. There's a pitch, strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Benetilke on in relief of Cam Wiedrich, who relieved Josh Horgan. Second pitch is a ball, 1-1. Here comes the pitch from Benetilke. That's going to hit the batter. And Gutierrez is going to go down to first base. 2 on with nobody out. And the leadoff hitter, number 1, Jordan Ellingson, steps in. Doubled in the second inning and reached on a base on ball in the first inning, struck out in the second. So he's already batted. This is his 4th at-bat here in the 3rd inning. Pitch in the dirt. Donahue blocks it, but it slides to his right. Runners will advance. Evenson goes to 3rd. Gutierrez to 2nd. And Jordan Ellingson at the plate. There's a strike. Pitch goes to 1-1. Again, we're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Willmar the home team here in game 2. 17-1, Willmar with the lead. Pitch by Tilke. That one's hit long and foul. So it's a long strike, we'll call that one. A foul ball, 1-2. There's a 1-2 pitch that's high for a ball, 2-2. Jake Ellingson is on deck, followed by Hoppy. There's nobody out here. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Swung and missed. He struck him out, so good job that time by Bennett. Gets a strikeout of Jordan Ellingson, and then Jake Ellingson, the right fielding steps in. He scored 3 runs in the game. He's got a pair of hits. He had the home run. There's a fly ball. Base hit down the right field line. And 2 runners across. Isn't that right? 2 come across, Gutierrez and Evenson. So a 2 RBI single. Big afternoon for Jake Ellingson. He's at first. He's got a single, 2 singles, and Hoppy got hit in the foot, so a hit by pitch. So 2 across in the inning here. 2 hits in the inning, 2 across, pardon me here. There's the pitch now to Reese Christensen, and that is a strike on the outside corner. And the second pitch is a ball, 2-0. Should be 1-1, I think. The scoreboard is not correct. It's been, yeah, a few of them. Tilke on the mound. It's 3-0. I have it as 2-1, but we shall see what the umpire says here. Runners on first and second. Yeah, I guess it was a 3-ball walk. So Reese Christensen goes to first base. Ellingson to third base. 1 out. Hoppy to second base. And that'll bring up number 18, the center fielder. Hudson Solberg steps in. 1 down. 2 across in the inning here. And he's hit by a pitch. I think that's 3 HPs in this inning. Ellingson comes across to score. And stepping in will be number 8, Paulson. 3 across in the inning, 2 hits. I think 3 guys hit by pitches in the inning here. Paulson steps in. Scored 2 runs, got a pair of hits so far. First pitch to Paulson is a ball. And here comes the pitch from Tilke. In for a strike, 1-1. Bennett Tilke on the mound. Josh Horgan started the game. Cam Wiederick came in the 2nd inning. We're in the bottom of the 3rd here. Bennett Tilke pitching. That's going to be inside. Bases are loaded. Solberg at first. Reese Christian at 2nd. Hoppy at 3rd. There's a line drive foul down the left field line. And Paulson at the plate. He had the 3-run homer. High fly ball in the infield. Krein is under it. Brody makes the play. That's the 2nd out. Infield fly. The ump didn't even call it. Did he call it? Okay, good, good. Okay, so Paulson pops out. There's 2 down. And Madsen steps in. Oh. No, this is a pinch hitter here, Robbie. This is Riley Laumer. Yeah, number 2. So Laumer steps in. Tilke here with the 0-2. Fall back. So 3 across in the inning on 2 hits. $20-1 is the score here. Otters win the first game 5-1. And the Cardinals really flipped the script here in game 2. And Gavin Evenson is on deck. He led off the inning. Pitch in the outside corner for a ball. Outside the outside corner. Number 2, Riley Laumer, senior, into pinch hit. Pitch, that's going to be fouled. And Donahue and makes the catch. Did that hit the netting too? Good catch by Tanner there. So that retires Laumer. And that's the 3rd out. 3 runs, 2 hits. Oh, you got 1 hit in the inning? Okay. And no errors. And the Otters strand 3. 20-1 is our score after 3 complete. We'll come back with more after this break.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
Hey, we're back here. We're back here. 20-1 is our score here. So Willmar, 8 hits, 20 runs. The Otters have committed 7 errors. The Otters with 1 run on 3 hits. Wilmer's committed 1 error. I think in that first game we only had 1 error in the combined 7 innings of play. New pitcher for the Cardinals. And so for number 1, Jordan Ellingson, he goes 3 innings, 3 complete, 1 run on 3 hits, 1 error, and he strands, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 batters. And on to pitch now is number 2, Riley Laumer. Laumer, we're in the top of the 4th inning.
Temperature of 58 degrees, winds out of the west-northwest at 28 miles an hour, making the wind chill at 50 degrees.
I love that. Robbie Olson, the PA, giving a weather update. 76 degrees when we started the game. We're down to 58. Weidrich's going to step in for the Otters. Let's go here. Let's get some runs here. Let's keep playing ball here. So Weidrich steps in against Laumer. First pitch is the ball. Seen crazier things. And that's fouled back out of play. I just got a text from our associate pastor. Our pastor said, "Good night to be in a sound booth." I feel bad for the fans. Remember one football game at East Grand Forks, it was raining cats and dogs, and I was high and dry. I just feel guilty, and everybody's getting soaked. What? Yeah. Here's the pitch by Laumer. That's low, 2-2. We have got it. Yeah. We got to enjoy the games, all right, even though it's been a tough one here. Otters are hanging in there. Weidrich at the plate, 2-2. And close, but Cam held up on that. Otters need a lot of base runners here. 3-2. Riley Laumer on in relief or on to pitch. Ground ball up the gut, and it's going to be an error on the shortstop. Number 8, Paulson boots that one. So Cam reaches on an error, and Jacob Froning will step in. Grounded out on a 5-4 putout. Or, I mean, he was out on, he got on base on a walk, and then he was out on second base on that 5-4 putout. First pitch of ball to Jacob Froning, who's 5 for 5 in that first game in that 17-10 win over Sauk Rapids Rice. Pitch, ground ball, right side, gets through Gutierrez. And the Otters, they give a hit on that on the official scorebook, I guess. So, but Weidrich to second, Jacob Froning to first. And just like that, the Otters have 2 aboard. 2 on, nobody out for the Otters. Top of the 4th inning. First pitch by Laumer's in for a strike. Bennett Tilke was out on a fielder's reached on a fielder's choice. There's a line drive to center field, and Solberg flags that one down. So Benny flies out to the center fielder. There's 1 down, and leadoff hitter Nolan Fellstuhl will step in. Yeah. So Fellstuhl will step in. Got the limestone off the plate. Ball 1. 1-0. Runners on first and second. Jacob Froning on first. Cam Weidrich on second. Pitch outside. 2-0. Micah Johnson is on deck for Fergus Falls. Here's the pitch. Fellstuhl rips one over the center fielder's head. That's tailing to the wall. That should score. Oh, my. Suppose they were seeing it. I thought maybe we'd score 2 on that, but we get 1 across. As Weidrich scores. Nice hit by Fellstuhl. Froning goes to third. And Nolan with a stand-up double and an RBI. Hey, anything can happen here. You know, you bring in a new pitcher like this. Doesn't look overly overpowering. Micah Johnson. First pitch is the ball. Couple of hits in the inning for the Otters. 1 run across. Micah Johnson, 1-0 pitch, 2-0. So 2-0 the count. 20-2 is the score. Now Otters trail here in the top of the 4th inning. Pitch in the dirt. 3-0. Here's the pitch, 3-0 pitch to Johnson. That's in for a strike. 3-1 the count, 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Otters trail 20-2, and there's a ball to walk, and the bases are loaded. So Micah Johnson is on first. And third baseman Hunter Powers will step in. Reached on a walk in the 1st inning. Popped out in the 3rd inning. So Hunter Powers steps in here for Fergus Falls. Bases loaded. Yep. Fall ball, and Hunter knew that he was way out in front of Laumer. He could get a hold of one here. Wind's kind of blowing in from that direction. Wind is, look at the flag. I think it's wrapped around the flagpole. You can't really see. There's a curveball in for a strike. 0-2 to Hunter Powers. 1 out. Brody Crine is on deck for Fergus Falls. Here's Powers at the plate. Bases loaded. Pitch is high. 1-2. So 1-2 the count to Hunter Powers. Curveball lifted over the right fielder's head. Powers is going to take 2 at least. That'll score 1. That'll score 2. That'll score 3. And a double, a 3-run double. 3 RBIs for Powers. There you go. 20-5, just like that. Powers with some power there. 3 across. Fellstool scores. Micah Johnson scores. And Jacob Froning scores. And Powers is on second base with a double, and there's only 1 out here for Fergus Falls. Let's go. Seen crazier things, you know. If you get 5 or 6 an inning, you're in good shape. And there's Brody Crine. Now it's 2-1. And Brody Crine at the plate here for Fergus Falls. Pitch in for a strike. 2-2. We could hit this guy. Laumer's not got a whole lot. He's got a little bit of a curveball. Doesn't throw very hard. 3-2 is the count. 1 out. Hunter Powers on second base. Just had a 3-run double. Crine hits one over the left fielder's head. It's out of here. A home run for Brody Crine. Crine tomahawks that one. Brody with a 2-run blast. Let's go. Powers crosses the plate. Brody Crine with a home run.
That home run by Crine measures in at 341. 341
That's home run. 6 across in the inning for the Otters.
Number 23, Dexter Fellstool.
And freshman Dexter Fellstool will step in for Parker Tilke here. The Otters now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across in the inning. And a good Dexter on the first pitch fouls out to the catcher. So 2 down here for the Otters. And Tanner Donahue will step in. 20-7 is the score. Hang in there, fellas. Otters putting a 6 spot up in this inning. Pitch in for a strike to Donahue. Brant Sherman started the game, batted the first time up, and then Tanner grounded out in the third inning. Third inning. So Donahue steps in here for the Otters. I have 6 runs, 4 hits, 1 error so far. Donahue, left side. Hit hard towards the first baseman, on to first. That was hit pretty hard. I think it's a hit for Donahue. He hit that one pretty hard. So Tanner reaches on a hit. Yeah, we got to slide over and change the 5 to a 4. So the Otters batting around here. And so Wiedrich will step in. He scored. He reached on an error and scored the first run of the inning for the Otters. I am running out of lead in my pencil. Good thing I got 3 or 4 extras. Wiedrich out towards center field. And Solberg's under it. And that's the 3rd out of the inning. But the Otters do some damage. 6 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. And they leave 1 on base. We are going to go to the bottom of the 4th. Otters put up 6. They trail it by a score of 20-7.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you where to eat.
Oh, do it what? Hey, we're back here. Otters with a pitching change here. So Cam Peterson comes in to pitch, sophomore Cam Peterson. And Benetilke goes out to center field. Just want to make sure there's no other changes here. I think that's what it is. So Josh Horgan started out the game. Cam Reeder came in to pitch. And then Benetilke came in to pitch. And so we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. And it'll be Gavin Evenson leading off. We'll see if we have, it looks like we have a pinch hitter, it looks like, maybe. Number 16. Yeah, we got him. Yep, not even on the program. Where's the other, Coach said he'd have some updated guys he wrote down on his lineup sheet. So, all right, Cam Peterson comes on to pitch for the Otters. Lawson Arez comes in to pitch or to bat here. Is it Anez or Arez? Number 16. All right, we're set to go here. And so
For the Cardinals, number 16, Lawson Anez.
Lawson Anez comes in to bat in place of Evenson, the 8th hitter. Cam Peterson is on the mound here for Fergus Falls. Pitch out to left field. Jacob Froning after it. And a home run. Oh, now he called it fall. Oh, my. This is not good. You got to be able to make a call. And at first he went like this, and then he went like this. So a long, long, long foul ball. Oh, man. So Horgan pitches the first, Cam Reeder the second, Benetoki the third inning, and here's Cam Peterson on in the fourth inning. 0-1. Pitch, foul to the right side. That was just a long strike, that first one. The ump signaled a home run, and Inez was excited, and then he went like this and signaled a foul ball. Gutierrez on deck, Carlos Gutierrez. And Peterson now with the 0-2 count. Cam winds. And that ball's high. Tried to get a little bender on that one, I think. Rod Cruz said he could pick up the laces on the curveball. You get the rotation. Pitch in the dirt. 2-2. Yeah, we are in the bottom of the fourth inning. Peterson on in relief of Tilke, on in relief of Wiedrich, on in relief of Horgan. Pitched low, 3-2. That one looked pretty nice. Inez with good discipline, though. He did not swing. And here is a pitch by Cam Peterson that's fouled back. Count remains here at 3-2. So 3-2 the count. Peterson's pitch. Swung on and missed. Peterson gets the strikeout. So Cam comes in. Yep, Gutierrez is on to hit again. Carlos Gutierrez. He was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the third. There's the pitch. And that is in the dirt. 1-0. Cam Peterson on here in the fourth inning. Pitch by Peterson. That's going to be outside. 2-0. It's the 2-0 count. Peterson winds, delivers. Ground ball, left side. Powers up with it, on to first. Brody Crine with a nice dig. Good job by Brody. That's a 5-3 put out, 2 up, 2 down. And number 13, Eli Ewert will step to the plate.
Number 13, Eli Ewert.
Recognize that name from hockey. So Ewert steps in place of Jordan Ellingson. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning, 20-7 in favor of Willmar. Pitch foul back. 0-1. Again, Peterson on the mound here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Pitch by Peterson. That's going to be the line down the left field foul line, foul ball, 0-2. So 0-2 here, Cam Peterson. Getting it done here in the bottom of the fourth inning in relief. Ewert at the plate. 0-2 pitch from Peterson. That's going to be fouled out of play. Count remains 0-2. So we're set to go here. A lot of foul balls here in that, especially that first game. Here's the 0-2 count. Cam Peterson on the mound for Fergus Falls. The right-hander delivers. That's going to be popped up. Kind of a tough play, though, but coming on is Hunter Powers. One of those ones where the third baseman, so 3 up and 3 down as Peterson retires Ewert. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. Like the sound of that. We'll come back with more after this.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you where to eat.
Hey, welcome back here as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Otters need to score 3 here to keep this, or 4 here to keep this one going. And we're going to see a pinch hitter here for the Otters. Micaiah Abramson is going to come to bat for Jacob Froning. And then after him will be Jacob Froning. So Micaiah is going to get an at-bat here as the Otters trail 20-7. Did they switch pitchers too? Yep, they did. Jake Ellingson is coming in to pitch. So a new pitcher.
He's now pitching for the Cardinals, number 10, Jake Ellingson.
So Ellingson comes in to pitch.
Batting for the Otters.
And Laumer pitched 1 inning, and the first 3 innings it was Jordan Ellingson. So Jake Ellingson comes in to pitch. First pitch in for a strike. So Micaiah Abramson at bat here for the Otters in the top of the 5th inning. Second pitch is a ball, 1-1. No, ball 2-1. Pitch to Abramson, hitting to right field. That's going to drop for a base hit, so Micaiah reaches. Good job. Good piece of hitting there. Oh, that was Jacob. I'm sorry. Did Micaiah, was he on? He was standing on the on-deck circle. Okay, my bad. That was Jacob Froning, pardon me. Here comes the pitch from Ellingson. Line to short, and the Otters are going to be doubled up here. Oh, he dropped it. Short to first. A line drive by Bennett. It was a well-hit ball. So 1 out now. Jacob Froning at first. Nolan Fellstool steps to the plate. So Fellstool will step in here for Fergus Falls. Got a couple of hits in the game, scored a couple runs here. Pitch in for a strike, 0-1. Fellstool, Nolan at the plate here for the Otters. Pitch, strike 2. Jacob Froning on first. 1 out here. Otters need 4 here to keep this game going. Pitch inside. Jacob Froning's going to take second base. And on to pitch here again is number 10, Ellingson. Jake Ellingson played right field all evening. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Fellstool. Nolan Fellstool. Ground ball, left side. And play at the plate. Yeah, we'll give Fellstool a hit there. Took a bad hop on the first baseman, but he didn't touch it. So a single and an RBI, his second RBI. Third hit of the game for Nolan. And scoring there was Jacob Froning. So the score now 20-8. Yep, one down here. What an interesting line up there for both teams. Otters 8 runs, 8 hits. They've committed 7 errors. Willmar 20 runs on 8 hits and 4 errors. Oof, that's 11 errors between the two teams. Micah Johnson 2-0. Ball's in the dirt. One out here, though. The Otters get 3 across here, and we're going to play some more baseball. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Jake Ellingson. That's a ball. That's 3-0. Here comes the pitch again from Jake Ellingson. In for a strike. 3-1. Hunter Powers is on deck. I got to hand it to the fans that have hung out in the wind. Their line drive to left field. It was on the hop. Play at the plate. Fellstuhl's going to score. RBI single for Micah Johnson. So an RBI for Micah. And Nolan Fellstuhl scores. And Hunter Powers steps in. 20-9 in favor of Willmar now. Runner on first is Micah Johnson. Brody Crine is on deck. Here comes the pitch from Jake Ellingson. That's going to be outside. 2-0. My grandson got a kite today from Amazon, and we should have tried it out tonight. It would lift him right off the ground. 2-0. 2-0 here now to Hunter Powers. There's the pitch from Jake Ellingson. That's outside. 3-0. Going to turn the lights on here pretty soon. There's a pitch outside. Runners on first and second. And Brody Crine steps up. All right. And we have a mound visit here. So a mound visit here by head coach Tom DeBoer. And so with that, we'll take a short break. Come back with more here. Otters trail 20-9.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. Just like their student athletes, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right, we're back to the action here. A little mound visit by Tom DeBoer. First pitch to Brody Crine is a ball. Oh, strike, pardon me. 0-1. One out for the Otters. Runners on first and second. Pitch foul back. 0-2. Powers at first. Micah Johnson at second. And Cameron Peterson is on deck. Here's the pitch. Jake Ellingson in the dirt. 1-2. So 1-2 the count here now to Brody Crine. 20-9. Otters trail. Top of the fifth inning. Need 2 runs to stay alive here and keep this game going. There's a ball. 2-2. Again, Cameron Peterson is on deck for Fergus Falls. There's one out. Runners on first and second for the Otters. Here's the pitch from Jake Ellingson. That's 3-2. Brody thought he was heading down to first base. so 3-2 is a count. Crying at the plate. Jake Ellingson, the pitcher. That's going to be hit into right field. And that's going to drop for a hit. Bases are loaded. Brody reaches on a hit. Micah Johnson to third. Powers to second. Brody to first. And Cameron Peterson now will hit for the Otters. Is in the 5 slot here. Cam came on in relief. Josh Horgan started. Cam Wiedrich pitched. Then Bennett Tilke. Then Peterson. Pitch in the dirt. 1-0. Tanner Donahue is on deck. Cam Peterson, a sophomore. Pitcher. 1-0 to Cam Peterson. Bases are loaded. Pitch, 2-0. That's high. One out. 3 on. Here's a pitch from Jake Ellingson. That's a ball. 3-0. Wow. 3-0 the count to Cam Peterson. And here's the pitch from Ellingson, Jake Ellingson. That's in for a strike. 3-1. Wow, it's dusty. Unbelievable. Jacob Ellingson, pitch, strike 2. 3-2. Bases are loaded. We might not have enough limestone left to finish this game. Played a lot of windy games. This is a pretty extraordinary here today. 20-9 Otters trail. Bases loaded. 1 out. Peterson at the plate. And he walks. And the Otters get a run across. Micah Johnson comes across. Hunter Powers to third. Brody Crine to second. And Cam Peterson to first base. And catcher Tanner Donahue is going to step in. We have a football score here. Otters needed a field goal and a safety here in this inning, didn't they? So 20-10 is the score. 1 out. Pitch outside. 1-0. You got to be taken all the way here until he throws a strike. And Jake Ellingson on the mound. A 1-0 pitch to Donahue. That's high. That's 2-0. Otters trail 20-10. They need 1 here to make it 20-11 to keep this thing going. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Here's a pitch from Ellingson. That's low. 3-0. Bases are loaded. Donahue at the plate. 3-0 is the count. Pitch in for a strike. 3-1. Jacob Ellingson with pressure there on that to get that strike and got it across. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Donahue. That's outside. And the Otters are going to keep playing baseball here. That's what we want. Hunter Powers comes across to score. Crine to third. Cam Peterson to second. Donahue down to first. And Micaiah Abramson steps in.
Number 22, Micaiah Abramson.
He'll bat for Cam Wiedrich. So Abramson steps in here. There's a ball. If I'm Tom DeBoer over there, I'm thinking, but he'll let him go now. We're playing more baseball. Otters with good discipline at the plate here. 20-11. Here's a pitch from Ellingson. That's inside. 2-0. One out. Bases loaded for the Otters. Let's keep awake on the bases, guys. You never know what happens. There's a pitch in for a strike. 2-1. So 2-1 to Micaiah Abrahamson. There's a ball high. 3-1. And it's 20-11 now. We still got a lot of ball to play here. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Oh, it would have been a ball, but Micaiah just got his bat in there. 3-2. So 3-2. Here's Jake Ellingson with a pitch. Inside. That's a strike. Strikeout looking. 2 down. But the Otters have batted around in this inning. Jacob Froning will step in here for Fergus Falls. Otters have 4 across in the inning. Pitch outside. Yep. 1-0 here to Jacob Froning. Pitch to Froning. Swung on. Low roller up the middle to the shortstop on to first. That is the end of the inning, a 6-3 putout. But the Otters stay alive here as we go to the bottom of the 5th. 2 hits. 3 hits. How many, do you have any errors in that inning? No errors, and the Otters strand 3. So 20-11 is the score. We'll come back with the bottom of the 5th after this.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
Hey, we're back here in a wild one here from American Legion Field. 11 hits for the Otters. 10 hits, 11 runs. Otters with 7 errors, 20 runs for Willmar, 8 hits, and 4 errors for Willmar. Yeah, So we're set to go here, and Cam Peterson came on relief of Benetilke. So the Otters started with Horgan, and then went to Cam Wiederick, then Benetilke, now Cam Peterson. And we are in the bottom of the 5th inning. And number 10, Jake Ellingson steps in. 4 runs in the game. He had a pair of hits. Was hit by a pitch, walked as well. Fly ball, right field. And out to make the play, Dexter Fellstool. Yep, Dexter on second base. Good play, just backpedaling. Makes the play on Jake Ellingson. 1 down. And Hoppy will step in here for Willmar. Pitch by Cam Peterson. In for a strike. That's Nolan. Oh, I meant Nolan. My bad. I said Nolan. Here's Cam Peterson now. 0-1 count to Hoppy. Swung on and missed. Count goes to 0-2. So 0-2 the count. Hoppy at the plate. Here comes the Cam Peterson pitch. That's going to pop out to the shortstop, Micah Johnson. Kind of a little shank off the handle, but a good play by Micah. Good pitch by Cam. And there's 2 down. And Reese Christensen will step in. Christensen at the plate. He scored a couple runs, got an RBI hit. There's a base hit up the middle just as we speak of that. First pitch, sends it up the gut. And Solberg will step into bat. Solberg has scored a couple of runs. Singled in the first, reached on an error in the third. A base on ball in the third, and hit by pitch in the fourth, I believe. They're running. Christensen's running. He's down to second base. So 2 down here now. Solberg at the plate. Reese Christensen on second. Cam Peterson on the mound. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Solberg. 2-0. So 2-0 the count. Cam Peterson on the mound here for Fergus Falls. Pitch is low, 3-0. Very, very interesting second game here. One of the more interesting games I've seen in a long time. Here's Peterson with a pitch. Oh, that's going to hit the batter. So Solberg hit by pitch goes to first. Dead ball. And Paulson, Aiden Paulson, will step in. Paulson will step in here for the Otters, who trail at 20-11. Bottom of the 5th inning. They have 31 runs here through 5 innings. Strike on the outside corner. Oh, 1 here. Peterson on the mound. Sophomore Cam Peterson. Aiden Paulson at the plate. Pitch. Pop towards left field. Froning after it. He makes the play. We go to the top of the 6th inning. We are playing some more baseball here. No runs in the inning. No hits. Oh, yeah, pardon me, 1 hit. No errors and 2 guys left on base. We head now to the top of the 6th, 20-11, Otters trail.
It's time to get road trip ready with a new Buick from Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. Whether you like the full size and power of the Buick Enclave or the smaller, fuel-efficient Buick Envista, they have the perfect SUV waiting just for you. Some models are discounted up to $6,000. Contact the sales team for details. Buick, exceptional by design. South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
Hey, we're back here at American Legion Field in a wild one. Jake Ellenson stays on the mound for Willmar as we head to the top of the 6th inning, and Bennett Tilke will come up for the Otters. Reached on a fielder's choice, flew out to center, flew out to the shortstop. So Tilke steps in here for Fergus Falls. Trailing 20-11. Jake Ellingson on the mound. First pitch, low in the dirt. I think with Ellingson here, you take a strike. I mean, he's really struggled with walks there in the 5th inning. There's the pitch, ground ball, left side. And a foul ball. Head coach Tilke was pointing in, and he knew that it was foul, so a strike, 1-1. Bennett's been hitting well, over 400 this year. Tilke, pitch in the dirt, 2-1. Good patience here by Benny. Here's Ellingson's pitch. That's going to be in the dirt. And Jacob Ellingson on in relief of Riley Laumer. Jordan Ellingson started. And here's the pitch. It's going to be popped up. Third baseman Reese Christensen under it and makes the play. Solid third baseman Christensen. And that'll bring up leadoff hitter Nolan Fellstuhl. So Fellstuhl will step in. He scored 3 runs in the game. He's got 3 hits as well. He's had a good game. Brody Crine had the 2-run homer. Here comes the pitch from Jake Ellingson. Inside, 1-1. 1-1 the count. Micah Johnson on deck here for Fergus Falls. Pitch outside, 2-1. High-scoring game here, just like that 17-10 win over Sauk Rapids. Otters had 15 hits in that game. Count goes to 3-1. Fellstuhl at the plate. Pitch in for a strike, 3-2. Nolan steps in here. He's had a nice afternoon. Jake Ellingson delivers. That's going to be foul back. Nolan's got 2 RBIs. He had a double his last at-bat. Hit over the center fielder Schoberg's head. Jake Ellingson, right-hand delivery here. That's hit toward left field. That's going to go over the head of the left fielder. That's going to go all the way to the warning track, and Fellstuhl is going to go in with a stand-up double. Left fielder was in pretty close, so back-to-back doubles for Nolan.
Shortstop, number 6, Micah Johnson.
So you got a pair of doubles and a single in the game. And Micah Johnson will step in. We are in the top of the 6th inning. Micah Johnson at the plate. That's going to be fouled back. Sacrifice bunt in the 1st inning. Grounded out to short in the 3rd. Walked in the 4th inning. Reached in the 5th. And Otters are catching up on at-bats now. For a while there. There's a strike. 0-2. 0-2 to Fellstuhl. Here's a pitch by Jake Ellingson. That's going to be a ball, 1-2. One and two the count to Micah Johnson, playing shortstop right now. Pitched very close, 2-2. Micah held off on that one. 2-2 the count. Fellstuhl on second base with a stand-up double. Otters trail 20-11, top of the 6th inning. Pitch in the dirt. Fellstuhl is going to take third base. This is marathon baseball. 31 runs through 6 innings. 20-11 the score. Micah Johnson at the plate. Pitch from Ellingson. Called strike 3. So 2 down now for the Otters.
Number 16, Hunter.
And Hunter Powers will step in. Hunter's got had a double that drove in 3 runs. That was in the 4th inning. He scored a pair of runs as well. Good to see Powers rip the ball. Hunter pops up. It's windy. It's blowing. Who's going to get it? Oh, they drops it. And there's an example that Powers could have had second base probably. When you got wind like this, you got to run like a deer, but he got on. That's an error. on the shortstop.
Now batting first baseman number 11, Brody Crine.
We have everything in this game but the dancing monkeys. Wow.
Their hats go flying off.
You got it. I got it. No, you got it. I got dirt in my eyes. So Powers is on first. And Fellstool, he scored on that? Okay. Dexter comes across. Or Nolan, pardon me. His younger brother batted once, but Chad's coaching. All right, here we go. 1-1 now to Brody, or Hunter, Crine. Crine wanted that one. 1-2. Brody had that 2-run homer in the 4th inning. Singled in the 5th. He's having another nice afternoon here. Singled in the 3rd. 1-2 the count to Brody Crine. 2 down, runner on first is Hunter Powers. Curveball outside, 2-2. 20-12 is the score. We get 2 more here. We're right in this thing. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Crine inside. 3-2. Got to hand it. The Otters did not roll over here. They were down 20-1 at one part. Was that what it was? 20-1 at one point in this game? I think it was. Base on. Oh, it struck him out. Brody didn't like that one. Thought it was low. But nonetheless, the Otters come up with 1 run. 1 hit, there's 1 error, and 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 20-12 is our score on the Park Region scoreboard.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you where to eat.
We're back here at American Legion Field in a wild game here. 20-12 is the score here on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. And the Otters hanging in here, trail by 8 runs. And Cam Peterson has pitched 2 really solid innings here. And so Willmar scored 6 in the first inning, 11 in the second. And 1, 2, 4, 8, 4, 9. Yeah, and the balance of those runs in the 3rd inning, and Cam shut him down here in the 4th and the 5th. So 6 in the first, 11 in the second, and 3 in the 3rd inning for the Cardinals. All right, here we go. Let's see who's batting here. Catcher Madsen steps in. First pitch is a strike. So Madsen, the catcher, scored a couple runs in the game. He's walked. He hit a 2-run bomb, which was kind of contested, thinking it might have been foul. Flew out to center. And I believe grounded out in the 3rd. Cam Peterson gets ahead in the count, 0-2. Pitch from Cam Peterson. That's going to be fouled, left side. And Hunter Powers going after. That's going to be out of play, though. Cam gets up 0-2. Count remains 0-2. Lights are on. The blankets are wrapped around people. What's the temperature now? We got to be under 60. 54. We've gone down 22 degrees since the start of the first game. That seems like that game started a few hours ago, though. 0-2. Good job by Cam Peterson. I got to get home and watch the news. Peterson's 0-2 pitch is outside. Cam Peterson doing a good job here. Again, Josh Horgan started the game. Cam Wiedrich came in to pitch, then Bennett Tilke. And Cam has pitched the 4th, 5th, and now into the 6th inning. Here's Cam's pitch. That's inside for a ball, 2-2. That's why you call this the Great American Pastime. Here's Peterson's pitch inside. Count goes full at 3-2. Gavin Evenson is on deck. So Willmar had pinch hit a lot of guys, and the Otters crawling back in. And now they've gone back and re-entered a lot of guys. There's a pitch in the dirt for a ball. So going down to first base is Tyler Madsen.
Number 5, Gavin Evenson.
Gavin Evenson, the left fielder, steps in, grounded out to first, unassisted, grounded out first, unassisted. Has a double, scored a run, and struck out. And the runner going to second. And up easy with a stolen base is Madsen. He goes down to second base. Evenson at the plate. On deck is Fagerly, who had been out of the game for quite a while. He's coming back into bat. Gutierrez replaced Fagerly for 2 or 3, a couple innings anyhow. There's Gavin Evenson. 2-0 count now. Cam Peterson on the mound for the Otters. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside. 3-0. The count. Here comes the pitch. That's outside and a walk. So 2 straight base on balls for Cam Peterson. Down to first goes Evenson. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Again, Willmar, the home team in game 2. Otters won the first game by a score of 5-1. And Logan Fagerly back into the game at second base. Gutierrez came in, pinch hit a couple times. He squares the bunt, pulls it back, and that's a strike. When I pitched, I hate when guys did that. If you're going to bunt, bunt. Don't sit and goof around like that. It's okay, though. It's just part of the game. So, 0-1 the count. He squares again. This time he bunts, but he pops it up to Peterson. All the runners are back, though. Guess that didn't work too well. 1 down here for the Otters. And number 1, Jordan Ellingson, will step back in. He started the game pitching. Cam Peterson on the mound. Pitch for a ball. 1-0. I've never felt this press box shake like this before. I know it's well built. 1-0 the count. 20-12. Otters trail here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch, in for a strike. I wonder if the concession stand is out of hot chocolate. Went from serving cold pop to hot chocolate, maybe some, no. 1-1 the count here. You see that? The Madsen was taking off on that pitch. He was watching. I don't know if Cam wasn't looking back towards second, but a foul ball, and it's 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Jordan Ellingson. Ground ball, left side. Oh! Through Powers' legs, throw towards the plate. Otters didn't get it in right away. And scoring from second base is number 6, Madsen. Yep. Yeah, that's an error. So 1 run in, and down to first base goes Jordan Ellingson. And now Jake Ellingson steps in. He's the pitcher right now. Jordan Ellingson started. Riley Lallmer came on in relief. And Jake Ellingson has pitched the last few innings here. 21-12. And that's fouled back. Count 1-1. Dave Bishop is here. He does the weather at the Layton Media. He's the program director at KBRF. Was there a blizzard warning out for 2 a.m.?
Red flag, but that's it.
Red flag. I just thought I'd check. They're going. Runners takes a base. Look at that. They both stole. Nothing happened defensively there for the Otters. So, can Jake Ellingson at the plate. 1 down for the Otters here. 21-12 is the score. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. There's a pop fly towards left field. Swirling. Jacob Froning comes in and makes the play. There's 2 down. Good catch there. 2 down. And the number 3 hitter, Hoppy, steps in. Singled, scored a run in the first. Reached on an error in the second. Batted twice in the second inning, pardon me. Had a base on ball. In the 3rd inning, got hit by a pitch. 5th inning, he popped out to the shortstop. This is his 6th at-bat of the game. We are in the 6th inning, bottom of the 6th, 21-12. Got to keep that runner from scoring to keep this game alive for Fergus Falls. Runner at third base. And at second base for Willmar. 2-0 the count. Now to Hoppy. Here's the pitch by Cam Peterson. That's hit to left field. That's hit well. That's going to be the game. To the fence. And a double. And they only count 1 run, but it's 2 runs. That's the 10th run. That's the ball game. So a well-hit ball by Hoppy, a double. So 2 runs in the inning. 2 runs in the inning on how many hits? Let me see here. 1 hit, 1 error. 1 left on base. That is the final score. Yeah, it'll be 22-12. Yep. All right, we're going to take a break. I'm going to do some math, sharpen my pencil here, and come back with more in the postgame show.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
What's your number?
We drove 5.2 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Lake Region Healthcare is proud to be trusted and recommended by parents and coaches, athletes, and families. Keeping healthcare close to home for local athletes and all their fans. Find us online at lrhc.org.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
All right, we're back here in a marathon second game, 22-12. The Otters lose game 2. They take game 1, 5-0. Let's look at the line in this game. And a lot of times in your scorebook, if you go to the next line in the score sheet, I had to do that for both teams. It's where you're 2 innings ahead. You have to cross out the number and put the inning under that. But, okay, here we go. In the game, the winning team, the Willmar Cardinals, end up with 22 runs. They had 6 in the first inning, 11 in the second inning, 3 in the third, and 2 in the sixth. They had 10 hits, and the Otters committed 7 errors, and Willmar stranded 7 runners on base. And, a couple home runs in the game. 1 hit, that was a 2-run bomb. I think it was Jake Ellingson hit that in the first inning. And then for the Otters, Brody Crine had a 2-run homer. But let's look at the line for the Otters. They had 12 runs on 12 hits. Willmar committed, I think it was more like 4 errors, so I think there was 11 errors in the game between the two teams. And the Otters stranded 10 runners on base. But the Otters scored 1 in the first, and they scored 6 in the fourth inning. And they scored 4 in the fifth inning and 1 in the sixth inning. Some highlights in the game. As far as that goes, Brody Crine had a 2-run dinger, so good to see that. Nolan Fellstool, he scored 4 runs. He had 2 singles and 3 singles and 2 doubles. And a couple RBIs, scored 4 runs in the game. He had a big game for the Otters as well. The Otters pitching-wise, starting the game was Josh Horgan. He gave up 6 runs on 3 hits. The Otters had 3 errors. And then, 7 runs. Benetilke comes in, gives up 11 runs, 6 hits. The Otters committed 2 errors during that time. And then a good job by Cam Wiedrich, he was the second pitcher to Cam. He gave up 11 runs. Tilke gave up 3. Cam Peterson gave up 2. Just a lot going on here in this one, but 34 runs scored in the game. So the Otters win the first game 5-1. Brody Crine was our player of the game. And game 2, the Otters lose this one by a score of 22-12. It's now time for our Quality Toyota Quality Player of the Game, brought to you by Quality Toyota. And with that, it is going to be Nolan Fellstool. Made some great plays in the field. Had 2 doubles, 3 singles, scored 4 runs. Had 2 RBIs in the game, but a real complete game for Nolan Fellstool. So a tough one here for the Otters as they go to 5-6 on the season. Willmar now stands at 4-1. Let's set the table here for both of these teams. The Otters will take on Ricori in a doubleheader next Tuesday, and that game will be at Springer Park in Cold Spring. And Willmar, their next game will be against, Detroit Lakes. That'll be in Willmar at Swanson Field. All right, that'll do it for me, Mark Johnson. Our quality player of the game is Nolan Fellstool. Lake Country Graphics is your apparel source, and they are your place for all your needs as far as T-shirts, embroidering, and the whole bit. 998-4027 or 1223 North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Thanks to Dave Bishop, our game side engineer, cameraman, and extraordinaire. Thanks, Dave. It was a marathon. That'll do it for me, Mark Johnson. Tune in to Craig Olson. Also check out CraigOlsonSports.com for all the information you need to know. Good night, everyone.